So next weekend we have an opportunity for what we call a Back from the Dead cemetery walk. Teaching the faith in the cemetery, where you're hearing people back from the dead telling their stories. It's basically a living way of teaching the faith in an engaging and inspiring way. Some years ago, the thought was, why can't we use the culture in October to think about things that are a little bit spooky, a little bit scary? I mean, let's talk about things like the angels. Let's talk about the afterlife. When do we get to talk about that in a living and engaging way? Let's talk about what happens after you pass away. But let's do it with just basics of the faith in a way that's going to inspire you and engage you. And that's the source of Back from the Dead Cemetery Walk. What's going to happen when you go in the cemetery? Well, you meet people back from the dead telling their stories. You're going to meet martyrs who come running up to you and they say, "Are you the ones we were sent to speak to this evening? We were sent to tell you our stories." You meet other people languages. Saint Bernadette, who speaks French, she's speaking French to you when you come. It's very just like, whoa, what's going on? You meet people, everything from Edith Stein, who came from Jewish background, and she was a Jewish convert. And her message is this. She says, will you let God use you to bring his love into the world? Will you let God use you to bring his love into the world? And she talks about how when she was sent to the concentration camps, the theme in her life was, there are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. She has so many things happen in her life. When she's sent to Auschwitz, this big change in her life, she looks to you and she says, after she's put in the freight trains with all the other people, and she looks out and she says, it was then that I realized that the ambassador of love had chosen me to be love in the place of least love. She looks out to the people and she says, will you let God use you to bring his love into the world? And it's just this very powerful. I mean, Edith Stein, she blows us away when you meet Edith Stein. When and where is it going to take place? This year we're doing it at the Seton Shrine. So Friday night is for college students. Come out, bring your friends. It's free. It's free. We're going to have shuttles from McGowan starting about 6:30 and going to about 9:30. On Sunday, it's open to the whole community, so anybody's welcome. Tickets are free, but you probably need a ticket because we really fill up. There's only so many people that can go through the cemetery. It's a very powerful and engaging time, and really it can be summed up by one of the opening characters that you meet. He's a gravedigger. And he's a little bit spooky, and he's a little bit but he looks to you and he says, what makes this cemetery walk different is not about spooky ghosts or goblins. It's about you. It's very powerful. Come to the Back from the Dead cemetery walk. Grow in your faith, be inspired, be encouraged, and come away, just with a living opportunity of growing in your faith.